The snow did not fall gently that winter. It buried people alive. Inside a small wooden cabin in the mountains, a mother sat in darkness, listening to the wind press against the walls. There was no food left. The fire was dying, and outside the snow had climbed nearly 20 feet high. They had come west for hope, for land, for a future. But now they faced a single question: how far would a human being go to survive? They left in the spring of 1846, when the air still carried the sweetness of new grass and open sky. Missouri faded behind them slowly: wooden houses, quiet fields, neighbors waving goodbye. Ahead lay California, a place whispered about in letters and newspapers, a land of promise, of opportunity, of sunlight. The journey west was not unusual. Hundreds had done it before. Wagon trains stretching across the plains like moving villages, families walking beside oxen, children chasing dust in the wind. For a while, it felt almost hopeful. The prairie rolled endlessly beneath wide blue skies. Campfires flickered each night. Stories were shared. Songs were sung softly beneath the stars. Hardships came, of course. Rivers had to be crossed. Wheels broke. Illness passed through the camps like quiet shadows. But still, they moved forward. Forward meant survival. Forward meant land. Forward meant a future. Then someone spoke of a shortcut, the Hastings Cutoff. It promised to shave weeks off the journey, to carry them more directly into California before winter. Some hesitated, but time was precious, and optimism is a powerful thing. They turned south. The shortcut was not what they had imagined. Instead of easy passage, they found desert, endless, dry, merciless desert. The sun scorched the earth. Water grew scarce. Oxen weakened under the weight of heavy wagons. Days stretched longer than they should have. Supplies dwindled faster than expected. By the time they rejoined the main trail, they had already lost precious time. And time in the mountains is everything. The Sierra Nevada rose before them, silent, massive, indifferent. The first snow came lightly. It dusted the peaks in white. It sparkled in the afternoon light. Children reached out their hands to catch the flakes. It looked beautiful. Then the storm arrived. It did not rage for a single night. It stayed. Snow fell heavily, then heavier, then endlessly. The path behind them vanished. Wagons disappeared beneath white drifts. Animals struggled to stand. Wind howled through the mountain passes like something alive. They tried to push forward. They failed. The snow grew too deep, nearly 20 feet in places. They were trapped. Cabins were built from rough logs near a frozen lake, small shelters pressed against a winter that showed no mercy. They believed the storm would pass in days. It did not pass in days. It lasted for months. Inside the cabins, the air grew thin and stale. Food was rationed carefully at first, small portions, measured hands. Then the flour ran out. Then the salted meat. Leather harnesses were cut into strips and boiled into a bitter broth. Bones were cracked for marrow. Nothing was wasted. Hunger changed everything. Conversations grew shorter, movements slower, eyes hollow. Outside, the world was silent except for wind. Inside,
Fear settled quietly into every corner. Children cried at night from empty stomachs. Parents stared at the fire, counting days they no longer measured.
Rescue was impossible. The snow blocked every route. Finally, in December, 15 members of the group made a choice. If they stayed, everyone would die. They would attempt to cross the mountains on foot. They called themselves the Forlorn Hope. Men, women, even teenagers stepped into the snow wearing makeshift snowshoes crafted from wood and rawhide. They walked into a white wilderness that swallowed sound. The journey broke them. Snow blinded them. Food ran out quickly. Bodies weakened faster than expected. Some collapsed and never rose again. Those who remained faced decisions that no human ever wishes to face. Back at the cabins, time slowed into something unbearable. Weeks passed. Snow continued to fall. Inside, survival became quieter, darker. In February, faint shapes appeared through the trees. A rescue party. The first rescuers were shocked by what they saw. Starved survivors, cabins nearly buried, faces gaunt and hollow. But rescue was not immediate freedom. The snow was still deep. The journey out was still dangerous. The weakest were taken first, then others. Each rescue party returned through brutal conditions to bring more out. By spring, when the snow began to melt, the full scale of the tragedy was revealed. Of the 87 pioneers who had entered the mountains, nearly half had perished. The story spread across the country quickly. Newspapers printed details that shocked the nation. Some saw it as a warning against ambition. Some saw it as proof of the cruelty of nature. But those who survived carried something deeper. They had seen the edge of human endurance. They had faced a winter that stripped away comfort, certainty, and illusion, and they had lived. Today, the lake near those cabins lies calm beneath summer skies. Tourists walk its shores. Boats drift across clear water. The mountains no longer look threatening, but beneath that peaceful surface rests the memory of a winter in 1846, when hope froze, hunger ruled, and survival demanded more than anyone thought possible.